Hey guys, how are you? Good? I hope so. Oh my gosh, that almost reminded me of like one of those Dora the Explorer shows. Like, what was that? You're good? That's great! I'm not intending to be that way, I promise. I don't know. It's my way of making conversation when I can't really make direct conversation at the moment, at the very moment that I'm making this clip. Anyways, hi! Today is Thursday, almost forgot for a second. I have work tomorrow, yay. I came back from Justin's this morning, which was fun. I went over to his house last night, and it was great. We watched Captain America, actually, both the Captain America movies. And that was fun. I really enjoyed that. And today I had marine biology and musical theater. And marine biology was fun. We were working on a lab. And then we had to do a pop quiz. And get this. I don't know if any of you ever had a pop quiz like this, because I know I haven't. But this is a group pop quiz, right? Which, you know, I've definitely had group pop quizzes before. You know, it was, but with the group that we were doing lab stuff with, she just stopped us towards the end, was just like, I'm gonna interrupt you guys. Sorry, we'll get back to it on Monday. But, here's a quiz, and you guys get to do it in groups. But, there's a catch. No one can talk to each other. It was actually a really fun challenge. I know it seems horrible, like, oh my god, how am I gonna do that? No, I think the reason why it was like that was because we didn't want other groups hearing us talking about it. So we had to figure out ways to communicate otherwise. And actually two people in my group, the two people in my group, it was only three, were like, they spoke sign language, which I understood some of. I took a quarter of sign language last year. So that was actually kind of cool. I mean, so we communicated that way, but we also wrote. And it was kind of awesome because I was worried, because it was mainly between them two. They were pretty good friends. But they understood, you know, they weren't like trying to exclude me. And I think one of them gestured like, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, it's okay. I didn't tell them this. Obviously, I couldn't talk. If we talked, that's the thing. If we talked, we get a point off of our thing if we talked. So, even like, for every time we talked, to get another point deducted from our quiz. So, it was very, very prominent. You do not talk during this quiz. But it was really good, actually, and I enjoyed it. And I was worried that I wasn't going to contribute much because I always get nervous about that stuff with groups. But I actually knew the things that they couldn't remember. So I was like, hey, perfect. How great is that? And then I had musical theater, and I wanted to talk about that. But first, I want to let you guys know that I actually walked from Bellevue College, where I go to school, and I'm walking to Crossroads. And pretty cool. It's actually it's a 3-mile walk altogether, I think, or something around that, 3 miles. It's 50 minutes altogether. It doesn't feel like 50 minutes. 50, not 15. And I'm actually getting pretty close. Well, not super, super close, but I'm walking up a street where I turn and go down that street for a little tiny bit. It's good though. Hashtag team challenge, because I have been slacking on my training outside of Saturdays, which is not good. So, like last week was kind of crazy, and the one day I thought about walking home instead. I had a bunch of stuff that I was carrying because I had my performance. We performed our songs in musical theater last Thursday? Yeah, it was last Thursday. Wait a minute, hold up. That was this week. This is my mind. I'm sorry. No, that was this week, Tuesday. I was thinking about walking home then, and then I had this huge bag of costume stuff that I was carrying. I was like, ugh, and it was pouring rain. It's like, no. And then today, it was sunny. I pretty much decided this morning I was going to walk home, so I'll walk. And I wanted to go up to Crossroads Mall and check out a couple of things. Most of them, one's related to a craft thing, a poster I made Justin that I want to get to his house, but it's hard to transport that kind of stuff on the bus, especially if it's raining. So I'm thinking of getting a tube or something to like roll it up and put it in. It's a really cool poster. I don't know, I could probably show it to you at some point. It's up to him though, it's something I made specifically for him. He made me a really beautiful poster too. I think I might have showed that one. And it was beautiful, and so I wanted to make him one too. And It was really fun. It took me forever though, because I was like, I want to do this perfectly. But anyway, so that's one thing. And then I wanted to go to Sports Authority and possibly check out the prices of water belts. Well, I call them water belts. I don't know if that's actually the term for them. But you can imagine what they are. They're like belts that have water bottles on them. Except they also have a little pouch that you can put your phone in too. So I want to get something like that. I'd really like to have something like that for the actual half marathon. I'm sure I'll be able to bring it. Hopefully. I gotta get all that stuff figured out too. Flight stuff. Yay! I'm so bad at traveling because my parents are never big in traveling. And so the extent of my traveling, I did go to Hawaii, by the way. That was cool. And I went to Las Vegas when I was younger to go visit friends of mine and my mom. But and that was just me and my mom, even though at the time I think we were still living at my dad's house and my parents were divorced. But and then I went to Hawaii when I was 14 to go visit my brother Chris. He was stationed there. He was in the Navy. He was a corpsman in the Navy, and his wife was in the Navy, and they had 2 kids. And my mom and I were trying to get there for their birth, but didn't work out too well. But yeah, we got there around his due date, but it was like he was a month late. So yeah, it didn't work out too well. Anyways, so I'm not really good with the whole traveling thing, so hopefully I get that figured out. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this walk and what I've been doing on this walk. I talked to Justin for a little bit at one point, and I have a limit on my time that I'm talking, I realize, because my screen says 42 out of 12. Apparently I only have 12 minutes of memory. Okay. Anyways, well, 6 now. Anyways, I'm gonna stop going off track. I was working on this song that I'm working on in musical theater, which is called In. And I don't like it. I mean, it's such a cool song. Like, I like the song. I just don't like what it's about. If you've ever heard of Carrie, have you ever heard of that movie Carrie, the horror movie with the girl and her really religious mom and bullies and all that stuff? And it's really a sad story, but there's a musical of it, a newer musical, I think. And so we're doing a song from that. It's called In. And it's really cool, like upbeat kind of song. Like, I enjoy how it sounds. It's kind of awesome. But it basically is just teenage angst at high school. The song, like, I'm not kidding, and it's kind of obnoxious because it is the opposite of who I was in high school, because it's like these kids are just like complaining and like so scared and upset about not fitting in and how hard their life is because they don't fit in. It's kind of like, I feel like it's more of an old idea, like 70s or 80s, which I think it takes place in that time, or like even 50s, where it's so important to fit in. But like nowadays, not so much. And well, that's not true. I know there's probably a lot of people who have to go through that. But I was the person in high school that was like, screw the status quo. I'm gonna be whoever the fuck I want to be. And you guys, sorry for the swearing, are not gonna say anything about it. I don't want to fit in. I don't want to be popular. I don't want to do any of that stuff. It's gross to me. I feel bad for those people sometimes because it's like, why are you putting yourself under that much pressure? It's not that important. Because once high school's over, guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No way. Are you serious, Katie? Yeah, I'm serious. It doesn't matter. So, I was a drama student, a super awesome nerd that was super hyper and wore sparkles all the time. Carrie Jimmy. Of course. And that was the extent of my high school experience. And even when people tried pulling me into drama, which I could go into another video at some point, but there's so many people that tried to pull me into drama. Very specific person that I won't like specify or call out. But I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna play your game. I'm not gonna get involved in your drama. Say what you want, but I don't care. And so that's my mind in high school. I was like that rebel, like, screw the system. I don't want to be like everyone else in school. I can't say I was like a rebel in school, but I definitely had that mindset, like, really? That matters that much? I don't care. I was also a drama student, so I was just like, I want to stand out. I want to be different than everyone else. That whole thing. I was that person. Okay. No, but more in a humble way. I just enjoyed life. That was what it was. I enjoyed life and I wasn't afraid to be who I was. And so getting into the channeling the emotion in this song is going to be difficult. It's going to be a really fun challenge for me though, but it's still kind of bothering me because it's like Anyways, I gotta go before I run out of time on my camera. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.